What's up, everybody? This is Kobe with Amore IT Solutions. First time recording for 2025, and we are going to. I think we're going to have a great year this year. I really do. 2024 was a bit slow. The economy, things were not good, but 2025, I can feel it. It's going to be kicking, it's going to be flowing, it's going to be good. So, yeah, we if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do it. We really appreciate it. We are a managed service provider. If you don't know about us, we basically manage business networks. So routers, switches, wireless access points, Windows servers, Linux servers, Windows workstations. We also install security cameras, and we also do wired cabling, network cabling. Lost my train of thought. Network cabling for computers, security cameras, voice over IP phones. We will do old construction. It's hard, of course, when you've already got walls that are already finished. It's hard to fish cables through walls, but we will do it. But we like to do a lot of new construction. So whether it's residential or business, we're just finishing up on a house right now that we started the middle of last year, I think it was. Let's see if I can pull up the pictures to it. All right, so yeah, here you can, let me minimize this. Here you can see that this is where we were running all the network cable down in the basement. This is where the network rack is going to live, where you see the 2x4s there, 2x6s, whichever they are. There's going to be a board that's being put in here, and then the rack will be put up. Here's another picture of us running the cables. We've got them all taped up here in bundles, so we know exactly where they need to go into the network rack. And it's just basically just showing us everywhere where we're going to be putting our wiring and wall plates and wireless access points and whatnot. This is in the garage. It's another shot of the garage. You can see this is the steps that goes down into the basement area. Let's see what else. So where they started putting the insulation in. You can see one of our one gang plates there with network cable. Yeah, let's see. This is in the garage. More insulation. My wife, you can see they've got the backboard here for the rack. We're actually putting the rack together here. That's my wife. She's the real person that knows how to do all this stuff. I just sit back and listen to what she tells me to do. like a good husband does. No, but she's really good with organizational skills. She really helps out with a lot of these installs. She has her own full time job, so she does this on her days off, and I really do appreciate it. Here's the rack. We've got it bolted up on the wall here. Let's see, we put some wrap around it just because there's going to be a lot of drywalling that's going to, that would get into the rack and just make a mess. We just have to end up cleaning it up. So we pretty much kept this plastic wrap on here the majority of the time while the builders were doing their thing. Here's the upstairs. You can see they are drywalling right now. If you look here, there is going to be this is the living room area, so there's going to be a stereo system. My friend Josh King has his own business, and they hired him to do this job. Basically, he's putting a left and right speaker, then there'll be a center speaker here, and then up above will be some ceiling speakers. You can see the holes for some of them here. Here's a network rack with a service loop of network cable in there. We've got the patch panels in here getting ready to terminate these ends of the cables. Here's a side view. And let's see. So this is what can happen sometimes when there's new construction and you're running cables and then the drywallers come in. Sometimes they could damage some of your network cables. So you can see the nicks here through the insulation, especially right here. These are strands of cable in here, and you can actually see where they nicked the copper. So basically we had to cut above these and then re-terminate the cables to make sure there wasn't any issues with them. Here's a look. The outside here, I was just measuring to see how many feet this was. We were putting security cameras up here, so I needed to know how big of a lift I needed to be able to go up and install the cameras. Let's see what else. Here's a big retaining wall that they're putting in here. And every time I see these buildings and these guys in construction and what they do, it looks like they've got a ladder and they've got something rigged up on these two ladders so that I guess they can walk across here and start doing work on the outside of this house. That's real sketch. Here's a wire. This was the owner wanted a speaker in his master bathroom, so Josh just had me run the cable, and he's going to come in later on and cut the drywall and put the speaker in and terminate the audio cable. Here's some of the equipment that I was installing at the house. You've got some network switches in these boxes here. You've got security cameras, wireless access points that go inside the house. You've got some that go inside the walls. There's in walls, and then these are in ceilings. And then he's got a couple of video doorbells that we installed as well. There's me looking real serious as I'm installing cables. But here's the patch panels that are put in. It's a patch panel at the top. Then we've got a 24-port PoE switch, and then a couple more 24-port patch panels below it. is a 24 port non-PoE switch, and below that, these two trays are these are hard drives, two 18 terabyte drives for a NVR system for the security cameras. Here's where the majority of equipment's been installed. Again, you got the patch panels and the switches and whatnot. You've got a below the NVR. Excuse me, is a power strip. It's got two connections at the front, and then it's got a bunch of them in the back, and then you got a cyber power. UPS battery backup. The house does have a generator, but I convinced the owner to still get a UPS because typically what happens with houses is that when the power goes out, the generator takes a few seconds, I don't know, sometimes like 30 seconds or more for it to kick in. So what happens is everything goes down power wise. That includes everything in your network rack goes down. Then the generator kicks in 30 seconds later and everything powers back up. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose. You don't want these drops in power where everything's shutting down and then coming back online. So putting a UPS in, when the power goes down, the UPS automatically trips, so none of the equipment goes down. It just keeps running. So when you've got that 30 seconds or 60 seconds, however long that the generator takes to kick in, once that power is back established in the house by the generator, then the UPS will actually turn back off. Yeah, so that's a good thing to have if you're building a house, or even if you have a house and you have a lot of really expensive equipment. It's a good idea to look into a UPS system to try and protect your stuff, especially if you have with power outages. A lot of times it's not really that the power goes out that can damage your equipment, it's the surges. Power goes out and it comes back on and off and on. It can happen 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row, and that's really hard on your equipment. So this white device here is a wireless router. To the right of that is a network cloud key that runs all of these the UniFi equipment, the switches, the NVR for the security cameras, the wireless access points, and whatnot. Here's what it looks like with the door on. Basically, we're waiting for my friend Josh to get the Sonos amps are going to be installed inside down here. This wall, these cables are here. They're going to get shortened and terminated. And then he's got Sonos amps that will connect here, audio cables that connect to that, and a lot of these speakers that are installed inside the house will be powered off of these Sonos amps. Here's a picture of that video doorbell I was showing you. These are really cool because, not like they're not like a normal doorbell. Okay, you press the doorbell, you hear the chime. These ones, you press the doorbell, you hear the chime, but it has 2 cameras on it. One is recording someone that's right in front of the camera, and then it's got a camera below for like packages, like if UPS or FedEx delivers a package. When it senses that something is below this camera, like a package, it will notify the homeowner either by like smartphone or like a smartwatch will notify saying that the package is there. If somebody comes up and rings that doorbell, it takes a picture of them and then it's videoing them, and they can also see that in real time on their smartphone again or smartwatch. And they also have two-way communications so that they can talk to the person that's at the door, and the person that's at the door can also communicate with them. So those are really cool to have. There's one on the front door, and then they've got one over in the balcony. Here is the front door. Let's see. I don't know if I have a picture of the balcony. I don't think I do. Uh, no, I don't think I do. Okay, so here's the pictures of some of the security cameras um, that we're putting up. There's a two-bay garage here. We've got one that's pointing at the front door here, one that's pointing right in front of the garage doors. So one on the other side of the garage door. You can see in this picture it's pointing to this front door here. And this one's again pointing off to the garage area. But yeah, it's coming along. It's about all the pictures I have right now. We're going to post some pictures, and maybe I'm gonna do some video walk around the inside and the outside of the house so you can see how far along I guess that we've come with the installation. And we are possibly the person that is doing the contract work or the construction. We're going to be teaming up with them with some other houses that they'll be doing. We'll be talking to the homeowners and seeing if they're interested in our services. That's one of the things that we want to do for 2025 is get with some other builders that would possibly like our services. I know a lot of houses, even nowadays, you may have electricians that will do some wiring for network cable because what we do is low voltage, so that's pretty easy work for electricians. But a lot of times they won't always install network jacks where they should be, or some of them don't get involved with security cameras or setting up things like the wireless access points and getting them fine-tuned. A lot of electricians don't get into that. That's stuff that we do, so we're trying to basically get in with some of these businesses that are building houses and even business buildings that are being put up. I mean, we could do this in those types of buildings as well. So if you know anybody that is in construction that would be willing to sit down with us, we'd love to be able to tell you all the things that we do, and maybe we could team up and help you out with some of these installs for your customers. So anyways, that's gonna about do it for tonight. I just wanted to get on here for the first video of the year 2025 and show you one of the installs that we started, like I said, middle of last year. Looks like it's probably going to be finished up here probably in about a month or so, and then the homeowner will be moving in, and again we'll show a video of the completion of everything that we did, and maybe we'll even try and do an interview with the homeowner if he's willing to do so. That would be pretty cool. So anyways, if if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, it would be great if you did hit the like button. That would really help us out, and we will see you in the next video. See you guys.